Right now there's this epic rap battle between Drake and Kendrick Lamar, and it is epic. It's the most epic as far as tracks, song for song, bar for bar that we've ever seen in the history of hip hop. They're in the ring just haymakers at each other, and everybody's reacting. Millions of views, millions of reactions. But here's what it sounds like when a libertarian and a grown ass man gets into the conversation.
What you think about that Drake and Kendrick rap?
Drake and Kendrick beef. What I think about it is, it's entertainment, it's soft, it's safe, it's grown men having a discussion about other grown men that they'd harbored resentment for years while pretending as if they liked them for the industry's sake. Men that were challenged or threatened by other men in various ways, whether it's financial, whether it's the love that they get, whether it's the other person's spiritual journey, whatever it is. I see a bunch of other adult people ignoring what's happening in their everyday life, as entertainment is designed to do, to talk about what somebody said about somebody else in a disrespectful manner. I also think that when J. Cole recognized that, damn, I may be going down a path that could go somewhere else, he decided to take an adult path, and people wanted to condemn him for it. What I think about the Kendrick, Drake, J. Cole, Kanye beef is that the Federal Reserve is printing up massive amounts of money and devaluing the money that you have somehow continued to save or put into investments. And then the government says we're gonna tax that. That's what I think about the Kendrick shit. I think about government overreach. I think about not having a bunker like those billionaires have, so I can defend myself as America and the powers that be continue to poke at Vladimir Putin into potentially World War III. We're fighting 5 different proxy wars: Syria, Yemen, Russia, North Korea, potentially China, Ukraine, all that other shit. Seeing grown adults pay attention to people make millions of dollars by rapping and stringing words together, it makes me think about the bigger picture. The question is, what does that entertainment make you think about? Be safe, be solutionary.
He does a lot of these videos. That was really well done. Let me break it down. Let's get back to the beginning of it here so I can break it down.
Drake and Kendrick beef.
He starts out, he has a smile on his face because he's probably been listening to the bars too. This beef is crazy. I've wanted to break it down on my other pop channel. It's just, they got too many songs, too many bars, too much history. One of these songs, you could do an hour video breaking down the bars. They're doing double, triple, quadruple entendre. I don't know if I've ever even seen that before. Meaning the phrase can mean 4 different things. I don't know if they're doing it through AI or what, man. This is next level. Kendrick Lamar did a diss track to Drake. I'm going to get back to the real stuff here in a second. But you see, I'm paying attention too. Kendrick Lamar did, this isn't even the most recent one. 2 diss tracks ago, and that's less than 24 hours ago, Kendrick Lamar did a letter to Drake's son and to Drake's dad and to Drake's mom, like as a song you're rapping. And he told Drake's mom that he wished that Drake was unlived. Somebody needs to get into the ring. It's getting out of hand. But there are some funny bars in there too. There's this bar Kendrick Lamar had where there's these allegations about Drake and younger, underage stuff. And he said something to the effect of, waiting for you to strike a chord and make sure it's not A minor. And that's just one of the, there's so many way deeper bars than that. But that one just hit like crazy. And if you're into hip hop, go figure out and you don't know what's going on, you got to get into that. So I think that's why he's smiling, because this stuff is crazy, man.
Kendrick beef. What I think about it is, it's entertainment.
It is entertainment. No different than UFC or movies. Watched Star Wars: A New Hope 2 weeks ago with the family. My 2 kids, 7, 5, and my wife. She had seen them way back in the day, so she didn't even remember what's in the movies. So it's real hard not to spoil it. Like, oh, here comes the bar scene with the aliens or all that kind of stuff. But she liked it. Crazy part, though, is she said she liked A New Hope better than Empire Strikes Back. And I was like, I can't do this with you right now. But yeah, it's entertainment. Entertainment is okay. Maj isn't saying entertainment's not okay. He just saying, what's my biggest takeaway from this thing?
It's soft.
It absolutely is soft. If you're not challenging people in power or with huge influence and power, you're being soft. Period. That's my take on the frat bros waving the American flag. Who are you challenging? You're challenging protesters. Even if it's BLM, even if the protest is whack, at least don't go at them, go at up higher. Politicians, influencers, go up higher the food chain. Why aren't they doing bars about like he's like the Federal Reserve, breaking down, battling the Federal Reserve or something like that? I think that's where he's going. Like, why don't you do bars on, even if it's something I disagree with, even if it is Palestine or whatever else. They're very well, these rappers are not stupid people. They're very well read.
It's safe. It's
Yep. You're not challenging anybody in power.
grown men having a discussion about other grown men that they'd harbored resentment for years while pretending as if they liked them for the industry's sake. Men that were challenged or threatened by other men in various ways, whether it's financial, whether it's the love that they get, whether it's the other.
That you hear that in this back and forth. It's like an industry thing. I think that's what Maj is saying. It's like, this is almost like an inside. I get it. The beats are dope. The rhymes are, it's really well done, but it's not substantial. It's not any kind of real beef. It's like a industry thing where Kendrick gets all the love from the grassroots, and then Drake did a lot of pop songs, so he's considered more pop, and Kendrick gets more street cred, and it's all that kind of stuff. And who cares about they're all well off. They're all fine. I'm fine with them being well off, but who cares?
Person's spiritual journey, whatever it is. I see a bunch of other adult people ignoring what's happening in their everyday life, as entertainment is designed to do, to talk about what somebody said about somebody else in a disrespectful manner. I also think that when J. Cole recognized that, damn, I may be going down a path that could go somewhere else, he decided to take an adult path, and people wanted to condemn him for it.
Maj right now is and he's not old, but the old head relatively to the young kid, 20 years or whatever. He's the old head who got in the gym in the Y, and he's playing defense. He's blocking shots, getting steals, posting up, fade away, and the young guys don't understand why they can't beat him. This is what happens. This is a great example, at least, and Maj is in the streets doing real work too with his teaching kids how to use guns and all that, and great stuff. But this right here with words is what I mean by we need men in the conversation. We need men in every conversation. This is a grown man coming in and saying, I get you young ones, and even some of you older ones like me, you laughing at the beef, and Drake made fun. Kendrick has a auntie who a biological woman who identifies as a man, and then Drake had a line that said, something like, tell me where your uncle's at. I need to holler at the man at the house. So we got all this kind of petty stuff, and it's kind of funny. And Maj gets in the room and says, are you grown-ass men watching the two grown-ass men making a fool of themselves on record while everything's going around? If you can't do both, then it's problematic.
What I think about the Kendrick, Drake, J. Cole, Kanye beef is that the Federal Reserve is printing up massive amounts of money and devaluing the money that you have somehow.
He's using this as a take, he's using the trending Drake. That's why culture matters. Leftists, Mises Caucus and libertarians like Maj understand what culture means. But leftists don't. They're like, oh, why are you talking about? They would agree with Maj in a lot of it. They'll say, well, why are you talking about the Drake verse? He's using it to bring up, look at that. He slid in the Federal Reserve there.
How continue to save or put into investments. And then
you worried about Drake and Kendrick, they fine. They all right. They're going to be good. But what about your money? You're not getting a raise at work, and your money's devalued.
That the Federal Reserve is printing up massive amounts of money and devaluing the money that you have somehow continue to save or put into investments. And then the government says we're going to tax that. That's what I think about the Kendrick shit. I think about government overreach. I think about not having a bunker like those billionaires have, so I can defend myself as America and the powers that be continue to poke at Vladimir Putin into potentially World War III. We're fighting 5 different proxy wars: Syria, Yemen, Russia, North Korea, potentially China, Ukraine, all that other shit. Seeing grown adults pay attention to people make millions of dollars by rapping and stringing words together, it makes me think about the bigger picture. The question is, what does that entertainment make you think about?
I want you to answer that question. Shout out to Maj, man. That when Maj is on point, Maj is on point. And I appreciate this is just not meaningful, but I've had some disagreements with Maj. I've no disrespect. I don't really go back and forth with people I don't respect. If I'm going back and forth with you, I probably respect or saw something to respect, even randos on X. And he didn't block me. I thought he was going to block me. Not that I'm important enough to block, but we had some strong disagreements, like, for example, reparations being a libertarian standpoint or whatever. When Maj is on point, Maj is on point. Go support Black Guns Matter. Entertainers are not leaders. Here's his shirt. Simple gear like that. Check out the website, Black Guns Matters. Let me know what you think about the beef and what it really means.